Hi, I'm Mr Oh Ming Yeo. Okay, now we will do question one. A bakery baked some cookies, and three-quarter of them were sold on Monday, and one-third of the remaining was sold on Tuesday. So, what fraction of the cookies were sold on Tuesday? So, guys, can you please take note of this fraction? Okay, I can use branching method. So, branching method, right? We start off with one whole. Okay, then we branch out. On Monday, 3/4 was sold. So after Monday, right, the rest will be the remaining. Can you see here? So this will be the remaining. And if this is the remaining, right, what is left? Okay, it will be just 1 minus 3/4 equals to 1/4. And guys, for Tuesday, right, okay, this is Tuesday, it is 1/3 of the remaining. So one-third of the remaining, one-third of something is multiplying. Okay, so this is actually multiply. So it will be just one-third times the remaining, which is 1/4. That will give us 1/12. Okay, so this is the answer. Okay, guys, question two, right? The population of country X is 19,800. So the ratio of the number of men to women is 4:5. So find the number of men in country X. Okay, guys, this is a ratio question. So ratio question in P5 generally is quite straightforward. You can see that this 4:5, it just tells you that the man, okay, the man has 4 units, and for women, there will be 5 units. So the total, isn't it 4 plus 5? That will give us 9 units. So if 9 units equals to 19,800, so 1 unit would be 19,800 divided by 9. Okay, 19,800 divided by 9, we have 2,200. So if you want to find man, right, isn't man just 4 units? So 4 units equals to 4 times 2200. I have 8800. Okay, so that's the answer. Okay, guys, question three, right? An excursion to the zoo was arranged for 38 children. So the signage below shows the price of the tickets. Okay, so the entrance ticket for children is $19.50 per ticket. But for children's day special deal, right? If you buy 5 tickets, you get 1 ticket for free. So what is the least total amount of money the children had to pay to enter the zoo? Okay, so guys, this question I think is quite straightforward. We have to find the group, because you see, when you buy 5, you get 1 ticket free. Okay, so what do I mean? If you buy 5 free 1, that means when you buy 6 tickets, you only pay for 5. Okay, so what we need to do here, right, is that we have to write down what is the cost of 6 tickets, which is this bundle. Isn't it $19.50 times 5? Okay, that will give us 1950 times 5, and it will be $97.50. Okay, but now we want to buy 38 tickets, right? So how many groups of 6 tickets can I buy? So if we were to do 38 divided by 6, that will be 6 remainder 2. So I have 6 groups of 6 tickets. So this quotient 6, it just tells us that I have 6 groups of 6 tickets. And for this, how much I will spend, it will be 6 times $97.50. Okay, so that will cost us $585. Okay, and for these 2 tickets, right, these are actually 2 individual tickets. Okay, 2 individual tickets. So we have to pay slightly more, and that will be $19.50. Okay, so these 2 tickets is the individual price, so that will be 2 times $19.50, and that will give us $39. Okay, so how much will the children have to pay in total? Isn't it 585 plus $39? Okay, so that will give us a total of $624. Okay, so that's the answer. Okay, question 4. Peter left his house at 2100 hours. His journey by bus took 30 minutes to reach the interchange. His friend Tom was late for 20 minutes. After that, they took 15 minutes to walk to the cinema. The show started once they reached the cinema, and the show ends at 0000 hours. So how long was the show? Okay, guys, for this type of questions, right, what we need to do is we need to draw a timeline. Okay, so we have this line here is a timeline. So he left his house at 2100 hours. So we can just do this. 2100 hours. His bus his bus journey took 30 minutes to reach the interchange. So we just put 30 minutes here. So after 30 minutes, we add into the time, isn't it 21:30? Okay, and his friend Tom was late for 20 minutes. So we add another 20 minutes. So it will now be 21:50. Okay, and they took 15 minutes to reach the cinema, right? Okay, guys, this 15 minutes, I know I need to add 15 minutes. Okay, but because we are approaching the next hour, so I will break this 15 minutes into 10 minutes and minutes and another 5 minutes. Okay, because we need 10 minutes to make it 2200 hours, right? 2200. So if plus another 5 minutes, it becomes 2205. And now we know that the show ends at 0000 hours. So guys, now the duration of the show, it will be from this 2205 to 0000. Yeah, right? So we need to find out from 2205, right, to 2300. How many minutes will it be? If from here to here, it will be 55 minutes, right? And from 2300 to 0000 hours, isn't it just 1 hour? So the total time, it will be 1 hour and 55 minutes. Okay, so if you use the timeline, everything should be very clear. Okay. Okay, a shopkeeper had 10 boxes of the same number of chocolates at first. She sold 24 pieces of chocolates from each boxes. So the total number of chocolates left in the box, in the 10 boxes, was equal to the total number of chocolates in 4 of the boxes at first. So how many pieces of chocolate did the shopkeeper have at first? There's this question, right? Okay, if you see it in a certain way, right, it's going to help you. Okay, so I'm going to draw this model. I think once you see this model, right, everything should be very clear. If you have this model, you start off with 10 boxes. Then you are going to take out 24 pieces from each box. So 24 from each box. So you have 10 boxes. So what do you take out? Okay, maybe I write down here. Take out. So if you take out 24 from each box, it will be 24 times 10. You took out a total of 240. And you are left with 4 boxes. So guys, what can you say about this 240? Okay, if from 10 you take away, from 10 boxes you are left with 4 boxes. That means you took out 6 boxes, right? So in this case, what we can say is that 10 boxes minus 4 boxes, you have 6 boxes. So this 6 boxes equals to 240. So one box would be 240 divided by 6. We have 40. And if you want to find at first, it will be 10 boxes. 10 boxes will be 40 times 10. We have 400 chocolates at first. Okay, so that's the answer. Alright, question 6. Coach Lim bought 16 identical rackets while Coach Wong bought 10 identical rackets. On top of that, Coach Wong bought some tips of shuttlecocks for $39.60 and Coach Lim spent $235 more than Coach Wong. So how much did each racket cost? Okay guys, let's draw the model. Okay, this question, it looks very complicated if you just read it like that, but if you just put it in a model, everything will become quite simple. Okay, so this is Coach Lim. Okay, I'm going to draw the model. Okay, so all this, it will be how many rackets? It will be 10 rackets, right? No, sorry, 16 rackets, right? So I write down 16 rackets. Okay, and for Coach Wong, right? Coach Wong bought 10 identical rackets. So 10 rackets will be somewhere here. So this will be 10R. Okay, and Coach Wong also bought a shuttlecock. Okay, a tube of shuttlecock, and this tube of shuttlecock cost $39.60. And Coach Lim still spent 230. Sorry, let me write this clearly here. And Coach Lim still spent $235.80 more than Coach Wong. Okay. Okay, let me just draw this back. Okay. So if you can see, right, okay, this is the, if I were to draw a line here, right, you can see this is the difference, right? What is this? This is actually, can you see that this is actually 16 minus 10. Okay, then you will get this difference here. Okay, so this difference here is going to be 16 rackets minus of 10 rackets, that will give us 6 rackets. Okay, and if you can see this 6 rackets, it will be $39.60 plus 235.80. Okay, and let me just calculate what's the total. We will have $275.40. Okay, so we can find one racket. We just take this amount divided by 6. And each racket will be $45.90. Okay, that's the answer. Okay, question 7, right? A factory manufactured 3,366 cups, plates, and spoons. It manufactured 4 times as many cups as plates, and the factory also manufactured 216 more spoons than plates. So how many spoons were manufactured? As this is just a simple unit comparison question. Okay, as long as you just draw out all the units for cups, plates, and spoon, right? You should get the answer very easily. We'll start off with this sentence first. 4 times as many cups as plates. Okay, so what we can do here, it will be this. Okay, so I can draw the model. Okay, so let me just draw a long model here. Okay, so this will be my cups, and this will be my sorry, let me just draw these to proportion. This will be my plate. Okay, why? Because 4 times as many cups as plate, right? So my cups has to be 4 times. Okay, something like this. Okay, and we know that this will be my cup, this will be my plate, because cup is 4 units, 4U, and this plate is 1 unit. And there are how many? There are 216 more spoons than plate. Okay, so what I need to do, right, is that when I draw the spoon, right, it will be just the plate, and I have to add on 216. Okay, and we know that the total would be 3366. Okay, now we can do. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So 6 units equals to 3366 minus 213. Sorry, 216. Okay, so that will give us 223366 minus 216. That will give us 3150. Okay, and we can find one unit. One unit will be 3150 divided by 6. We have 525. Okay, so how many spoons were manufactured? Isn't it just 525 plus back this 216? Okay, and the answer will be 741. Okay, question 8. The rectangle below is made up of 4 triangles. So these are the 4 triangles. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, then we have a straight line PQ. And the area of WOY is 100. So what we can do is that we'll write this down. Okay, so this will help us to solve the questions later. So WOY, please open your eyes and make sure you do it there. you label the correct triangle. So WOY, okay, so this is 100. And the area of triangle XOZ. XOZ is twice that of triangle WOY. So twice that will be 2 times 100 equals to 2 times, let me just erase, 2 times 100, that will give us 200. Okay guys, I want you all to see a pattern, okay, or a relationship. When we have this, you see, when we have two triangle, okay, in a rectangle, in this rectangle, right, if I have two triangle and the tip are touching each other, so if you look at this triangle and this triangle, what will happen is that they always will add up to half of the total area of the rectangle. Okay, maybe I can just prove it to you. Okay guys, let me just draw a random rectangle, right? Okay, let me just draw a random rectangle. As long as I have this triangle down here, and I draw from the other side, I draw another triangle with the tip touching each other. Okay, guys, can you see that this will always be half? Why? Let me just shade this part first. So the shaded part will be half of the rectangle. Okay, and I'm going to explain to you why. Okay, let me just use another color. Okay, I'm going to cut this into 4. Okay, now can you see that I'm going to label one by one? Okay, if we look at this, right, can you see that this is 1, this and this, they are the same. Okay, so this shaded and this unshaded, they are the same. And you look at the second shape, right? Can you see this 2 and 2, they are the same? And this 3 and 3, they are the same? And this 4 and 4, they are the same. So in summary, right, if you have two triangles in a rectangle on each of the sides and the tip are touching each other, these two triangles, they will form half of the rectangle. And same thing, can you see that the unshaded triangle here? Okay, the base is on the breadth and the tip are touching each other. So these two unshaded triangle, they add up also, it will be half of the rectangle. Okay, so find the area of YOZ. Okay, so in this case, right, guys, we know that half of the rectangle is going to be the two shaded pink triangle, right? So half of the rectangle equals to 100 plus 200. That will give us 300. And we know that this two unshaded triangle, right, is also going to be 300. Okay, so it will be triangle WOX plus triangle W, not W, let me just erase this. It will be triangle W, oh, sorry, it's YOZ. Okay, it will give us 300. And guys, can you see that OQ, it is 7 cm. So OQ, this is 7. So that means, right, we have the base and we have the height of triangle WOX. So this area down here, we can find it. It will be half times 36 times 7. Okay, so we have 126. So that means I can find the area of YOZ. If we just take the total, which is 300, minus of 126, I will have 174 square centimeter. Okay, so that's the answer. Okay, question 9. Kim gave one third of her saving to her mother. She then bought some dresses for $177 and spent $129 on a pair of earrings. After that, she found that the amount of money left was half of what she gave her mother. Okay, so how much was her saving? Okay, so guys, we can just draw a model like this. Okay, so this is what Kim has. Okay, so what we are going to do, right, is that we need to cut this into one third. So this one third will give her mother. Okay, and it's gone. So maybe we just shade it. Okay. After that, she found that the amount of money. Okay, then after that, she spent on some dresses and some earrings, and she's left with half of what she gave her mom. So half of what she gave her mom, right, guys? Can you see that? I can actually cut this into half. So it's actually half of this bigger unit. So this is what is left. Okay, so guys, if I can, that means we make them all the same units. Okay, so this big unit here can be actually cut into half. So now we have all the same unit size. So guys, from here to what is left, right? Okay, she spent some money on a dress and a pair of earring. So how much did she spend on the dress? She spent 177, and then she also spent 129 on a pair of earrings. So can you see that actually these two add up, it will be 1, 2, and 3 units. So we can say 3 units equals to 177 plus 129. Okay, we have 306. And 1 unit, it will be 306 divided by 3. I have 102. So how much is the saving, guys? Can you please take note? A lot of students will take 102 times 3 because one third. But now this one unit is actually the smaller unit. So now they are all together 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 6 units. So we have to write down 6 units equals to 6 times 102. Okay, that will give us $612. Okay, that will be her total saving. Okay. Okay, question 10. Anne and Bailey had a total of $680. So after Anne bought 20 more dolls, okay, the ratio of the number of dolls Anne had to Bailey was 3:1. Okay, guys, so this is the key thing, 3:1. So that means at the end, right, we can draw the units because it's 3:1. So let us just draw after first. So when we draw after, right, Anne to Bailey, and see that it is 3:1. 3:1. And the total, it will be, starting it is the starting total is 680, right? Okay, but because N, you can see N bought 20 dollars. So what happens here is that we just need to plus 20, and we know that the total here it became 700. Am I right? So we have 4 units equals to 700. So 1 unit would be 700 divided by 4. That will give us 300 and, no, sorry, that will give us 100 and, that will give us 175. Okay, so how many dots did N have at first? N would have 3 units, okay, at the end. So 175 times 3, okay, that's going to give us 525. So 525, you have to take away the 20 that she bought to find at first. So it became 505. Okay, so that's the answer. Okay, question 11. Mr. Lim has three children, Abby, Ben, and Cindy. He gave them 2/5 of his saving in the ratio of 2 units is to 3 units is to 5 units. Okay, so Ben received 440 less than Cindy. So how much was Mr. Lim saving at first? Okay guys, let's draw the model for Mr. Lim's saving. So it goes like this. Draw a long one. Okay. So now I can divide them. Okay. So divide into 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this 2 out of 5, right? These 2 units, it will go into the children. Okay, so it goes in the children, right? In the ratio of this Abby, 2 units. Ben, 3 units. And Cindy, 5 units. Okay, and we know that the difference between Ben and Cindy is 440. So you look at Ben and Cindy, right? There's a difference of 5 units minus 3 units. There's a difference of 2 units. So this 2 units accounts for this 440 difference. Okay? So equals to 440. So 1 unit will be just 440 divided by 2. And we will have 220. And of course, altogether there are 10 units, right? So 10 units will be 10 times 220. I will get 2200. Okay, so this 2200, if you can see, right, is going to be these 2 units here. Okay, this is 2200. So we can write down, so 2 large unit equals to 2200. So one large unit will be 2200 divided by 2, 1100. So all of Mr. Lim's saving at first is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 units. 5 times 1100. We have a total of 5,500. What is this? 5, yeah, correct. So it's $5,500. Okay, so that's the answer. Okay, a fruit store sells apples, pears, and oranges. Okay, the ratio of the number of pears to the total number of fruits is 2 is to 5. So if there are 300 apples and 180 oranges. Okay, so find the number of pears at the store. So guys, this information down here is very important. Can you please take note? Okay, 2 is to 5. So it just tells us that the total number of fruits, okay, which is the total, it has to be 5 units. And for pears, right, it will be 2 units. And the remaining, it will be apples plus oranges. So apple plus oranges will be the remaining, which is 5 minus 2. I will have 3 units. Okay, and these 3 units, right, can you see that it is actually the 300 and 180 add up? Okay, so this 300 plus 180, I will have 480. Okay, so if you want to find the total numbers of pairs at the store, right, isn't it just we find 1 unit first? 1 unit will be 480 divided by 3. I have 160. So 2 units, it will be 160 times 2. That will give you 320. Okay, so that's the answer for part A. Okay, next. The pears are sold at 4 for $1. Apples will be 10 for $2. Oranges are sold at 6 for $1.50. So how much money can be collected from the sales of all the fruits at the store? Okay guys, so now we do step by step. Okay, can we find out how much money will be collected from the pears? Okay, so from the pears, first of all, we need to find out how many groups of 4 are there. So we have to do 320 divided by 4. There are 80 groups of 4. So each group of 4 is going to cost $1. So from the pair, right? Okay, the total sale will be $80. Okay, then we look at apples. So for apples, right, they're all together 300. 300 apples, right? They are sold in groups of 10. So we divide by 10. There are 30 groups. And each group is going to cost $2. So total sales will be $60. And lastly, for oranges, right? For oranges, they are all together 180. They are sold in groups of 6, so we divide by 6. There are 30 groups. So each group is going to cost 150. Okay, so we will have a total of $45. Okay, so if you add up all this together, 80 plus 60 plus 45, we have a total of $185 from the sales of all the fruits. Okay. Okay, question 13. Okay, guys, this is a typical guess and check question. So a transport company has 340 vehicles consisting of tricycle with 3 wheels and bicycle with 2 wheels. So they're all together 820 wheels altogether. Okay, so guys, we are supposed to find out how many bicycle will there be. So guys, for such question, right, what we need to do is this. Okay, there are 340 vehicles, right? Okay, so we have to basically find out how many tricycle and how many bicycle are there. And each bicycle has 2 wheels and each tricycle has 3 wheels. And altogether, there are 340 vehicles. And we also will have the total number of wheels. So total number of wheels will be 820 wheels. Okay, guys, there are two methods. Okay, the first method, it will be the guess and check. Okay, guys, I went through in class, guess and check. As we do not just do the guess and check, because guess and check, right? Sometimes you don't know how long you will need to guess. You see, so so what happens, right? I have this modified guess and check method for you, right? It's called the minus divide method. You still remember? Minus divide. So within the second try, second guess, you will get the answer. Okay. And if not, the second method, can you use the assumption method? Okay. So in this question, I'm going to demonstrate the assumption method. So guys, we know that there are some tricycle and bicycle. So we don't know how many. So I'm going to assume that all the vehicles are bicycle. Okay. So first step, let me just show you the guess and check again. Okay. So first step, what we need to do is that we have to assume all are. You can either assume it's bicycle or tricycle, but because now usually we assume the vehicle with the lesser number of wheels. Okay, so I'm going to assume all are bicycle. Okay, so the second step will be you find the assume total wheels. Okay, assume total. So if you assume all 340 are all bicycle, right? So the total number of wheels will be 320 times 2. We have 680. Okay. Number 3, what is the actual total? The actual total is actually 820 wheels, right? Okay, this is stated in the question. Number 4, can you find the total difference? Okay, so that will be just 820 minus 680. So I have 140. Okay, step 5, right? Okay, find the 1 difference. 1 difference. What do I mean by one difference? Can you see that this is tricycle, this is bicycle? You take one tricycle, take one bicycle. Find the difference in the number of wheels. Okay, so we will come back to this. 3 minus 2 equals to 1. Okay, so for 6, right, we will divide. Okay, divide the two differences together. So we have 140 divided by 1 equals to 140. Okay, so then some students ask, divide by 1, then you still get back the same number. Can we don't divide? Okay, guys, can you please take note of this, right? This 1 difference is not always 1. Sometimes it can be 2, sometimes it can be 3, it can be any number. That's why we still need to divide. Okay, guys, please take note. We have come to the end, and how do we extract the answer, right? As if you assume all are bicycle, after this step number 6, right, what you are going to get is that you will get the opposite. Okay, so if you assume all are bicycle, you are going to get tricycles. So they are all together 140 tricycle. So what do we do, right, is that how many bicycle are there? You have to take the total, 340, take away 140. So you can get the bicycle. So you have to do these extra steps, okay, in order to get this bicycle here. So he sold the bicycle at $85 each and the tricycle at $45 each. So how much did he get altogether? So guys, now it's easy already. Okay. The bicycle, okay, sales of bicycle, it will be 200 times 85. Okay, 200 times 85, what do we get? We get 17,000. Okay. And then for the tricycle, right? Tricycle, it will be 140. And each one costs $45. So isn't it 6,300? And if you add these two together, you get the total as 23,300. Okay, so that's the answer. Okay guys, question 14. Mr. Ahmad bought some gold rings and bracelet. So a bracelet costs $450 more than a gold ring, and his money was just enough to buy him 7 rings and 2 bracelets. So in the end, he bought 2 rings and 3 bracelets, and he had $1,550 left. So guys, I think for this question is a bit trickier. So we will start off with this. We will start off with this line. Okay, a bracelet costs 450 more than a gold ring. Okay, so we need to know that this bracelet. Okay, if this is the bracelet and this is the gold ring, right? The bracelet gold ring will be 1 unit. Okay, and bracelet will be 1 unit plus 450. Okay, so this is a very important relationship that we have to take note. So now what we need to do, right, is that, okay guys, we know that we let this arrow be his money. Okay, so this is his money. Okay, so what I'm going to do, right, is that I'm going to draw a model. So based on his money, right, okay, let me just try to draw this again. Okay, so let me just draw another unit. Okay, so based on his money, okay, he's able to buy 7 rings and 2 bracelets. Okay, so how do we show 7 rings here? Then we have to start cutting. Okay, so 2 bracelet, it will be something like this. Okay, 2 bracelet, so there will be 1 unit and 450, and also 1 unit and 450. Okay, so this will be the 2 bracelet, and he is able to buy 7 rings, right? Okay, so this will be the 7 rings. So maybe I use another color. Okay, so let me just indicate this will be the 7 rings. Okay, and this will be the 2 bracelet. Okay, then after that, in the end, he only bought 2 rings. Okay, so what is it that he bought, right? He bought only 2 rings. So 2 rings, what I'll do is that I'll just draw this. So it's the same. Okay, these 2 will cancel out. And he bought 3 bracelet. Okay, so let me just draw 2 bracelet here. So what I do is that, can you see that I try to match what he bought with the previous model. So we can do some cancelling. So 450 and 450. But he actually bought an extra bracelet, right? So we'll just have to draw this in. Okay, so he has an extra 1 unit at 450. Okay, so can you see that these are the 3 bracelet that he bought, 3 bracelet, and this is the 2 rings, 2 rings, and he has a amount that is left, which is $1,550. So this is actually 1550. Okay, guys, now I think those of you who are sharp enough, you should be able to find out how to continue already, right? Okay, but now I'm going to show it to you. For those of you who still didn't get it, I need you to compare this part. Okay, why? Because if you look at it, right, you can see these 2 rings, they actually cancel out each other. Then this is 1 unit and 450. 1 unit and 450 is the same here. So what is in the middle? Can you see that they are the same? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 units equals to 1 unit plus 450 plus 1550. So what we can say is that, can you see this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? 5 units, take away 1 unit, I have the numbers here. Okay, so what I can do is that 5 units minus 1 unit at 4 units. So 4 units equals to 1550 plus 450. So that will be 2000. Okay, so 1 unit will be 2000 divided by 4. I have 500. Okay, so 1 unit is just happen to be the gold ring. So we have the answer for part A here. So how much was the bracelet? So if you look at B, right, the bracelet is just 500 plus 450. I have $950. Okay, please put in the dollar sign. Okay, and that's it. Okay, the figure below is made up of 2 squares and a triangle. So find the shaded area. Okay, so guys, how do we find the shaded area? Can you see that um this shaded area, right, is just the total minus away the unshaded. Okay, so guys, can you see that the total is just the two squares? So maybe you can find the total area first. Total area, how do we find the 2 squares? These 2 squares, we have the side, right? 15 cm and 19 cm. So isn't it just 15? 9 times breadth, 15 times 15 plus 19 times 19. So we get the answer as, this will be 225. 19 times 19, we have 361. Okay, so we have a total of 586. Then how about the area of the unshaded? Okay, so guys, we need to find the base and the height of the um, triangle. Can you see that the base is actually 15? Okay, if you can see here, right? Because this side is 15, right? And this side is also 19. Because a square has 4 equal sides. So this will be 15 plus 19. I have 34. Okay, and if I were to find this, right, can you see that the height is 15 cm. Okay, so we can find the unshaded, right? The unshaded triangle, the area it will be half times 34 times 15. Okay, so the answer has to be 255. So the total shaded area, isn't it 586 minus 255? That will give us 331 square centimeter. Okay, and that's the answer. Okay, question 16. There were an equal number of girls and boys in the hall at first. After 160 girls and 500 boys left the hall, there were 3 times as many girls as boys who remained in the hall. Okay, so what fraction of the children who remained in the hall were girls? Okay, guys, what we can do here, right, is that we can draw the model first. So this is a very simple before and after model. Okay, so it goes like this before, okay, and we have the boys and the girls. And initially, right, there were equal numbers. So equal numbers, this is how I will draw. Okay. And after that, right, I know that the boys, some girls and some boys left. Okay, so let's draw the after. So we have boys and we have girls. Okay, so 500 boys left. Okay, so now these boys, right, decrease to this amount. Okay, and for the girls, right, it's 3 times. You see, so if you know that it's 3 times, right, so now the girls has to be 3 units and the boys would be 1 unit. Okay, so now we can draw the girls. So this girls will be 3 times as long. So it will be 1 unit and 2 units. Okay, so now we can put in the number of boys and girls who left. Okay, you can see that the number of boys who left, this will be 500. Okay, and the number of girls who left will be 160. So what fraction of the children who remain in the hall were girls? So we can see this from the after model, right? So for part 1, the answer is very straightforward. It's just 3/4. But for part B, right? How many boys and girls were there in the hall altogether at first? Can you see if you look at this, right? You can see that 2 units is actually 500 minus 160. So we can write down here 2 units equals to this. That would be 340. So 1 unit will be 340 divided by 2, 170. Okay, and how many were there at first? So for the boys, right, isn't it just 1 unit plus 500? Okay, so we will do this. So 500 plus 170, I would have 670. And you can see it's boys and girl add together. So 670 times 2. I have 1340. Okay, so that's the answer. Okay, question 17. John had some stamps, okay, and he gave 1/4 of the stamps to Sally. Okay, so take note of this 1/4 and plus another 10 stamps to Kate. And he gave 1/2 or half of the remaining. Okay, so guys, when you see this word remaining, right, and you see fractions, most of the time we will use this model method. It's called the layering method. Okay, and he gave another 5 stamps to Daisy and he had 50 stamps left. Okay, so that's how do we go about doing this, right? Let's draw the layering method. All together, I have this model here. Okay, I have four of them, right? One, two, three, four. Why? Because uh 1/4, give 1/4 to Sally. So this is Sally. Maybe we can just indicate this will be Sally. Okay, and give another 10 to Kate. So I will draw 10 here. Okay, this is for Kate. Okay, and this is the remaining. So we will dot 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 down. We will dot 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 down. Okay, so this will form the second layer. Okay, when this is the second layer, right? It gave half of the remaining. So this remaining I cut into half. Okay, this will be Joy. Okay, and he gave another 5 to Daisy, and he has 50 left. Okay, so guys, now let's look at this layer. We start off layer by layer. Okay, so if we work from the second layer, you can see that one unit of this is actually 50 plus 5. So I have 55. So 2 units will be 55 times 2. I have 110. Okay. So for Joy, right, it will be just 1 unit. So this is the part 1 answer. So this is 55. So please take note. Okay. So how about Sally? Okay, guys, for Sally, right? For Sally, we are looking for this unit. So now we have to move up to the second layer. Okay. So to move up to the second layer, right? Okay, maybe I change another color. Okay. So can you see that this second layer, I have to look at these 3 units. This 1, 2, and 3. So from down here, right, this second layer has a total of 110. Okay. So if you look at the top 1, 2, 3, 3 units is actually 110 plus 10. So I will have 120. So 1 unit would be 120 divided by 3. That will give us 40. Okay, and that will be this Sally. Okay, 1 unit is 40. So this will be our answer for part B. Okay, and lastly, how many stamps did John have? John have a total of 4 units, right? 4 big units for the first layer. So isn't it just 4 units equals to 4 times 40? And we will have 160. Okay, so this is the answer for part C. Okay, and that's it.